10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How are we doing tonight? I am Nightmare Jones. I am waiting on my lovely co-host for tonight, Mr. The Night Owl, Renee Martinez. It is going to be an absolute amazing show. I have not been on the show in quite some time. Man, what a show we have tonight. Oh my goodness gracious. And there he is.
What's happening, y'all? ¿Qué pasa, you dirty, stinking ratas? Joey! Woo! We're back, baby!
What's
the original
up,
D-Dream, let's go, baby! You see this thing? You see that back there, Joey?
No.
Hold on, let me slide this one. Let me slide.
Old school.
Yeah! I brought back the billboard and everything, my guy. Woo!
It's been so long since I've seen you. What happened to your hair?
But what hair, bro? I ain't had hair in years. What you talking about? This bald is beautiful, my guy. Ask the one Dwayne Johnson. Ask the transporter, my guy. Ask whoever you want, bro. Bald is beautiful, my dude.
Hey, you ain't lying.
Oh my gosh, Joe. Listen, man. I know that we're probably my heart's beating all fast, bro. I'm like anxious, but I'm also excited. Let me just start off by saying, bro, thank you to my son who helped set up the board back here. Shout out to Hardcore Hoss. Shout out to Luke Skywalker Roberts that helped put the show together for today. Joe, I don't know if you know this, but we may have a special guest in the second hour, and if that guest shows up, that's who you're going to be facing for the rest of the podcast.
Man, you always set me up for failure.
I know you don't know who it is yet. Kept you a little bit dark. I know you don't mind. You're a referee, bro. You quick on your feet. But if that person shows up, you're not going to chicken out.
Nope. I
okay,
never
good.
chicken out.
I don't want you to chicken out on me, Joe. You got too much of a reputation to uphold. Joe Nightmare Jones, the man, the myth, the legend. You heard me? Anyway, Joe, I almost forgot how to do this, but we'll see if we can't jump out on the bike. Let me welcome everybody to episode 523 of the WTP, baby. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? You know what I'm missing, though, bro? I'm looking through the drops, and I think they got rid of the Mexican yell, bro. I can't even find it. I was trying to play it, and then all of a sudden I'm looking through the drop. I'm like, bro, oh, hold on. I'm getting word.
Hopefully we have a new.
Okay, stop.
Hopefully we have a new Star Spangled Banner, because I really don't want to hear Roseanne Barr singing the Star Spangled Banner. I really don't.
Well, I mean, is she even allowed to sing it anymore? Didn't she like move to Ireland or some shit? I don't know, bro. Oh man, they got her pissed off. She left. We miss you, Roseanne. She's one of. No, wait, that was no, that's not Roseanne. That's Rosie.
Rosie,
Rosie, right? Rosie,
yes,
Rosie moved. Yeah, that's right. My bad, bro. I got my my old school women confused. That's my bad. Well, listen, everybody. Joe and I are back. This is probably not going to be a permanent thing, but we are here when the show needs us because Joe and myself were here pretty much at the beginning. Joe sooner than I for sure, but very, very early on, Joe, when it was you and Rick, you guys brought me on just a handful of episodes in, bro, and it has been an absolute dream come true ever since. We did over 500 episodes. I stepped away, and since then, Gabe Arsene, the maestro Jeremy Karp, Sunny Money, and Sister Hoss, got to give her props, man. For everybody that has stepped in our wake and has kept the show going, bro, we thank you as well because the Wrestle Talk podcast would not still be here if it wasn't for all of you. So we love you, we thank you, and we got a special little message just for all of you.
Drew a dime. Not a dime. Not a dime.
Never drew a dime. No, we love you. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No doubt. Well, listen, we're going to get into all of our regular shenanigans. Just wanted to make sure that everybody knows that we're super duper hyped and psyched to be back here. Joe, as I look at your bald head, I have to say this, man. We had an absolutely amazing run as the permanent host of the show. And I think everybody that has stepped up and been a part of the show since us has done an absolutely outstanding job. So you guys drew more than a dime. We got to give you that, even though we like to talk our shit. Y'all might have drawn just a little bit over a dime. So we'll give you guys your credit, Joe. And listen, we're gonna hit the floor running today, Joe, because there are some traditions that we have here in the Wrestle Talk podcast that cannot be ignored. So I hate to disappoint you.
Oh,
and my flag is back over here in the corner behind the sign. I don't have the one that I usually wave around. If you guys need to, you can remove your headphones, turn down the volume, because we do have to pay homage, ladies and gentlemen, to the greatest country on God's green earth. That's right, folks. It's America, damn it. Yeah. So bright at the twilight, bright and bright star. Isn't it apropos, bro? Football's back, baby.
You got to find a something that is we got to find a uncopyrighted Carl Lewis.
Okay, you know what? I got a better idea, Joe. I got a better idea. Why don't you record your version of the national anthem
and
botch it up as much as you can? And that way we don't listen. Remember, I used to have a freestyle, bro. I don't even know what happened to that. I used to have a freestyle that would play whenever we were going into the segment. I think it was the high spot segment. And we never got copyrighted because it was yours truly. So I'll challenge you, bro. And I know you got a little bit of a singing voice. I've been to karaoke with you at least one time. Dog, if you want to record something and send it over to the boys, we will start playing your version. And who knows, you might even get some bookings out of it. Who knows?
Oh, my gosh.
What do you say, Joey? Come on.
You never know. You never know.
You never know. You never know. Well, listen, folks, for episode 523, we have an absolutely exciting show. Like I said, we may or may not have a mystery guest in the second hour, but between now and then, we got Snippets of Truth with Big Daddy Pete. We got the FWWC. We're going to give you the shoot and shout segment, baby. But up next, you know what time it is, Joe, right? We're going to talk about all the hottest tops in professional wrestling today. So for the next 30 minutes, you guys shoot us a quick message. We'll shoot you the link. You can join us for what we affectionately refer to as the world-famous Wrestle Talk Podcast High Spot segment. Are you with me, Joe?
I am ready. Let's do this.
All right. And I have a big sponsor announcement. So you guys hang tight. I will bring that to you here shortly. Let's go ahead and hit the music. DJ Money, you know what to do, Baba. Handle it.
Mic check, mic check. Yeah. All right. Wrestle Talk Podcast. DJ Money.
Good morning.
Yeah. Let's go. Welcome to High Spots, where we pop news like clear chops. We talk shop, coming through the screens of a laptop and non-stop like a runner speakers of blacktop. We hit hard like chair shots and backdrops. Like a clock flash, look like a belly flop. Now that's hard. We up to speed while they stay slow. Wrestle Talk Podcast. Now they know we about to start the show.
They about to start the show, you heard me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first Wrestle Talk Podcast High Spot segment featuring Nightmare Jones and the Night Owl in well over a year, bro. It's been a year since you and I have done this together, bro. We were together for episode 500. It's been a long time. So, Joey, are you ready for me to crank up that randomizer, baby, so we can get going on the first topic of the evening? Are you ready for me?
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and do it, y'all. Let's hit the randomizer and see what pops up first. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what are we going to get here first? Oh, that's a good one, my man. And I think I know what question goes along with it, Joey. I will throw it up on the screen. And then you will let me know what you think and whether or not we're going to get down to business. So go ahead, buddy.
So Becky saves Seth at the expense of CM Punk. That gives any hope we see AJ Lee back in the company in the near future. Absolutely. If you watch Monday Night Raw, I think we are closer than ever of seeing AJ Lee back in WWE. With the whole spoiler alert for Monday Night Raw, but CM Punk was in the ring and he called out the man, Seth Rollins. Becky Lynch came out. They got into an altercation. She started slapping him. He said that she was going to regret slapping him. And then he asked Adam Pearce where SmackDown was. SmackDown happens to be in Chicago on Friday, which is CM Punk's hometown. And I believe that we are going to see the return of AJ Lee. If that is the case, that's going to be huge for WrestlePalooza. I mean, you stop and think about it. WrestlePalooza is running at the same time as an AEW pay-per-view. So them bringing in AJ Lee, they'll point out all of the stops. Let me tell you, 1,000%. Night Owl, what do you think?
Well, it certainly sounds like they are, and I could not be more excited, bro.
Right?
I mean, let's just be real. Many, many moons ago, during the Vince McMahon era, you could look forward to a return, but you wondered if there wasn't going to be something else beyond that return, right? We saw a couple of people from TNA a few years ago show up. Everybody gets all excited, and then nothing comes of it, okay? So, yes, I would love to see AJ Lee return, but my question is, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? Is she just going to be here for one final match? Are we going to get a good little run from her again? I would love to see AJ back for about a year, maybe a little bit more than a year, in active competition, Nightmare. I want to see her go against Bianca Belair. I want to see her on Tiffy Time. I want to see how she matches up with these incredible young women that we have in the sport today, because if she's going to come back for one retirement match, one program with Seth and Becky, it's going to leave the fans wanting more. And if that's going to be the swan song, I don't know if I'm necessarily going to be satisfied. So does it give me hope? Does it give me hope, Joe? And I'll throw it back to you. Yes, it gives me hope. Am I nervous, though, that it's going to be short-lived and rushed? Yes, I am, because let me tell you something. That's exactly what happened to Goldberg. They gave him his retirement match on a Saturday night main event in Atlanta, and he wasn't too happy. Now people will say, well, that's Bill being Bill. But I think AJ, being a lifelong WWE competitor, not like Goldberg, he's mostly WCW, then a little bit WWE, no different than Sting. I think we deserve a little bit more than that from AJ Lee, but it does make me more optimistic. What are your thoughts, Joe?
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, every time that CM Punk has talked about AJ Lee, he has talked about her back, how bad that her back is. So, this might be, the only thing that she can really do for right now. I mean, it can't be any worse of a return than Nikki Bella. Like, I have not been thrilled with the Nikki Bella return.
Oh, dear God.
I like Nikki Bella.
Well, let's talk about that, because I don't think that's one of the high spots questions.
I mean,
you like Nikki Bella, but what, Joe? Come on, give me more. Give me.
I don't think that she.
Let her have it, bro. Let her have it.
I don't think that she compares to the wrestlers nowadays. Like, she's back in the Divas era, and the women wrestlers aren't divas anymore. Like, you got Io Sky, you got Rhea Ripley, you've got Liv Morgan, you've got Roxanne Perez. Like, it's just Becky Lynch, and it's just. I mean, I don't know if she has the star power that she used to have. That's what I'm trying to say.
Now, here's where I'll maybe slightly disagree with you, Joe. I think she certainly has the star power. You know what she doesn't have? Joey, some of the women that we're seeing right now in the WWE, they are Olympian-level athletes.
Yep.
And Mr. Mills is going to be joining us here in about 15 minutes. Big Daddy P coming up in about 5. And hopefully, and we can get some input from them. But bro, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Tiffy, and the list goes on and on. The level of talent, physical talent, that these women are bringing to the arena is far and beyond any of the athleticism that we saw in the past. Star power, the Bellas have done very well for themselves. They should be proud. But Joey, this stuff with the athleticism, some of the stuff that we've seen from Charlotte Flair, I just don't know if these gals from years gone by live up to that prerequisite. The prerequisite that means they have to be 4 to 5 star athletes, and that's where they're going, bro. They're going to Olympians. They're going to collegiate superstars, Division I people. Not to mention that, you have to have the look to go along with it as well. And listen, Nikki was great for her time, but I'm with you, bro. It's just it's apples and oranges. You got to be able to talk, you got to be able to walk, and you got to be able to wrestle. And we all know that Nikki was never really known for her wrestling.
Yes.
Let's keep it a buck, dog. Let's keep it a buck. You agree with that? Yeah, no doubt about it.
True.
There's nothing but facts there, my guy. Nothing but facts. By the way, guys, I did want to mention that we're going to hit the sponsors right before break. But I do have a big sponsorship announcement coming up, so make sure you guys keep it locked in. We got Big Daddy P joining us in just a couple of moments, and then we got FWWC's very own, the one and only, mi amigo, mi hermano, Mr. CEO DeJuan Mills, to talk a little bit of FWWC business. But without further ado, we do something special on this show. Matter of fact, I've been critiqued for it over the years. Night Owl, how come y'all put this in the show? Don't you know you're going to alienate some people? That's okay with me, because this dude is not only a brother, Joe, he is a mentor, and he is also our resident chaplain here on the WTP. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's right. Without any further ado, help us welcome in the one, excuse me, the only, our brother, our amigo, Big Daddy P. Dun, 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 the man. Is
Joe!
here. Let's
What's
go.
Man, I remember the first time that we brought Big Daddy P onto the show to promote the Masked Wrestler.
Oh, the Masked Saint, yeah, with Roddy
The
Piper's
Masked
last
Saint, yes.
film.
The Masked Saint, bro.
Yes.
Oh yeah. By the way, I know you didn't. I didn't think you thought you were gonna get away without this, right, Perry? You ready? Yeah, boy. All right.
Brothers from another mother.
We back, baby. We back in the house. All right,
I feel like I'm going through some acid trip from the 80s right now.
Hey, that can be arranged. No, I'm just playing.
Listen,
No, I'm just playing. Go ahead, Big Daddy P.
I am so thankful, first of all, that this opportunity to just love on people is available. You know what I mean? As much as people want to critique, the only thing I'm guilty of is loving them. That's all I'm guilty of. So if they have complaints about that, that's fine. Because in the end, I didn't bring you or I here, did I? No, we did not. So
well,
man,
let me be Big Daddy P's translator. I don't know if you've ever seen that episode of Key and Peele where it's like President Obama and then there's like Luther, right? And Luther says everything that President Obama's thinking. So what he's saying is if you got a problem with it, go talk to your mama, mother sucker. We don't want to hear it around here. Big Daddy P, we would never trade you, not for $1 million, and you know that.
Well, the only one who could take me away is the one who brought me here. So I'll go as long as he gives me breath. You know what I mean? As long as he gives me breath. What a wonderful. Why are you guys back together again? What did
take that? Not as he knows that.
What have I missed?
Nothing really. It's just how the cards were dealt tonight. It's just
what a blessing. Great to see you, man. Wow.
Yeah, I am excited. I'm having fun. I'm laughing. Yeah.
Life is to be enjoyed, not endured.
This is true.
That is my snippet of truth for you. Life is to be enjoyed, not endured. I know life is hard, man. It has been rough, man. But you know something? It's always going to be rough because when you're swimming against the tide, when you're not following what everybody is doing, but yet you're following what everybody is doing. Let me tell you, let me just share with you the power of what the internet and what truth has in our lives. And I know that I've got a very limited amount of time, but I just want you guys to be made aware that because of snippets of truth, because God is doing some incredible things, you know, I never would have dreamed that my personal profile would have over 800,000 profile views in 90 days. Okay. I never would have dreamed that, but let me tell you, it is because Talk Podcast. It is because God continues to build his church, man. While everybody's arguing over my denomination, this denomination, I do this, we do that. It's one church. And he said, I will build it. It's a promise. He said, and the gates of hell are not going to prevail. So no matter how bad it gets, my brothers, no matter how difficult, no matter how challenging, no matter what it costs you, don't stop in the middle. Don't give up, because what's going to get the enemy mad the most is not quitting. So don't quit, no matter what you're going through. Amen. You know what I mean? No matter what you're going through. Just know that he's there, man. He's waiting to hear from you. So, and it ain't about religion. I mean, the relationship that Wrestle Talk and Painter's Dream Production has nothing to do with anything that we do, but what we think. And that is, we have a love for people. And the fact that we get this privilege, guys, every single week, every single day, to share about his goodness, audience, even in the midst of and I've been going through some stuff, let me tell you, but it's not for public consumption. You know why? Because I don't think they can handle it. I know that God gives me what he gives me because I can handle it, because he knows I'm going to treat his people right. So I am just thankful. I will always be thankful to Wrestle Talk. I'll always be thankful for your guys' heart and your willingness to love your audience. And even if you disagree with your audience sometimes, that's fine. Because in the end, when you stand before God, and we all will, he's going to say, how did you treat Joe and Renee? And I'm going to say, I fell in love with them.
Very well.
Because of their love for their listeners. Guys, we wouldn't be here without you. The listeners, you guys.
Every time we think we're out, Big Daddy P, every time we think we're out, Joey, they drag us back in. Number 2, I'm going to have to call you out on something, Big Daddy P. I'm calling you out right now. You low-key just did your Jack Nicholson impression, and you thought we weren't going to catch that. You can't handle the truth, damn it. I see you, my dog. I see you, bro. I see you, bro.
Dude, I can't handle the truth half the time.
Neither.
Half
Neither
the
hurts.
time, when the Lord tells me to do something, I have to come to a point where I have to stop questioning it. Even if I don't understand.
I got a question for you. Short answer so we can jump into the next high spot. Bitter truth or sweet lies?
The best
What do you
truth,
take?
Best truth is always better.
No. Bitter truth or sweet lies?
Bitter truth or sweet lies? I'd have to say bitter truth.
Gotta take the truth, baby. I'm with you on that. What about you, Joey? Sweet lies or bitter truth? Gotta take it, dog. Gotta take it. All right, Big Daddy P, I know the time is limited. We got a CEO coming up in just a few minutes. He'll be on about 7:50 here with us. Would you mind joining us for old time's sake in at least one high stuff topic, bro? We would love to have you join us, Chris.
I am available for as long as you possibly need me. Again, I'm so thankful for the opportunity, man.
Love this guy, man. All right, let's hit the randomizer. Let's bring up the next topic because I got to know what Big Daddy P thinks about what's going on in the wonderful world of professional lucha.
Lucha.
All right, and the question will follow shortly, my friends. Here we are. All right, I'll go ahead and read it out for you, Big Daddy P. By the way, thanks to all you guys that are commenting. And we do have a prayer request. We will make sure to hit that before Big Daddy P gets out of your high spot. Number 2 for tonight. We're knee-deep in the reality era now with Netflix specials and tell-all podcasts. Big Daddy P, we'll start with you as our guest. Is this ultimately good or bad for the business? The floor is yours.
Well, one, I would say it's the best because it gives an opportunity. They've already unveiled, they've already taken us behind the curtain. So the Wizard of Oz is now very clear, someone behind a curtain. I think it's excellent. I think the more that you can communicate and tell the story, it's good. Unfortunately, Stephanie laughs a little too much. I hate to say that. Because I love laughter. But and again, just having her out there is good. But I just love all the media that's available. It's wide open, man. That's what I love about it. It's not hidden anymore, right? It's not. I mean, everybody knows pro wrestling is a lot like church. Has a predetermined ending, and we already know how it's going to end. And 2, you got a good guy and you got a bad guy. It's a pretty simple story to tell. It's been told for thousands of years. I mean, many people have wrestled with God. So the fact that we have a podcast that talks about that, the fact that you guys have a podcast that talks about that, and the fact that we get to enjoy more pro wrestling than we could have ever dreamed of, more channels than I can possibly DVR. But praise God for it because, again, if you have a love and a passion for this business like we do, it gives us an opportunity to share more about it.
And we're going to you, Joey, next, but let me just make a quick recommendation because I don't know if you guys seen, I got a different layout. By the way, I'm in my new place. God is good. This place is tremendous, and I'm no longer having to confiscate half of Fury's room to do the show. But I will recommend one book. It's written by Jordan Peterson. It's called Us Who Wrestle with God. If you guys haven't had a chance to check it out, check it out. Absolutely tremendous book. It's called Us Who Wrestle with God by Jordan Peterson. Joe, what are your thoughts on this topic?
You know, I don't have a problem with it. I think that it's really, really awesome being able to see the behind the scenes of what's going on. Everybody knows that professional wrestling is, you know, scripted and whatnot. So it's really, really cool to see like the what's what I'm looking for, the curtain being pulled back. And you know, this is something that you would have never seen in the 80s and even in the 90s. You know, that there's a reason why a lot of people say that kayfabe is dead because of this kind of thing. But at the same time, it's okay because wrestling fans, you know, they know what's going on. And, you know, it's just kind of cool to see how they figured out how to do these storylines with like WrestleMania and whatnot. So yeah, I like it myself. I mean, I know that some people don't. There's some classic people, some old school people that absolutely hate it and think it's ruining the business, but I don't have a problem with it.
Strong take, gentlemen. Well, as per usual, the Night Owl is going to have to talk some sense into both of you goofballs. Here's why, okay? And Perry, you are the old school guy in the group. If it's not too much to ask, what's your age?
54.
Joey,
Still
what's
growing.
your age?
Still growing.
What's your age, Joey? Still growing?
47.
47, okay. And I'm 41. I cannot believe that you two are in the go-along, get-along game. I am highly disappointed in both of you, and let me tell you why. Because you guys both came up in the era where the fans literally wanted to kill certain wrestlers.
Yeah.
And let me go in a little bit deeper, okay? How am I supposed to be invested in a bad guy when he's so damn likable? You got Joanna Y doing a podcast with Stephanie McMahon, okay? What if they try to bring him back as a bad guy again? I've heard about his daughters. I've heard about his wonderful wife. I've heard about all the Make-A-Wish stuff that he's done. How am I supposed to dislike this guy enough to want to see somebody beat him? You're showing me a little bit more than what I need to see. And Jimmy Harris, I'm sure you're with me. At least protect the bad guys. I mean, the Samoan Werewolf, one of the potentially biggest stars in the next 5 years in the business, he's already been on half a dozen podcasts. And guess what? He'd be a great heel, except for the fact that he's actually a great guy. It's hard for me to suspend my disbelief when I saw you on a podcast last week talking about how you rescued 6 puppies, Joe. And now all of a sudden I'm supposed to hate you because you're trying to take the belt from Cody Rhodes? That's difficult for me, gentlemen. I would love to suspend my disbelief, and that's the part of the wrestling that I've always enjoyed. So sorry about my connection. But when these people are constantly doing shoot media, is what I call it, doing shoot media, when it's time for me not to like them, it's hard for that to happen when I know that they're actually a good individual. I would love to think that Bruiser Brody is biting people's heads off. I would love to think that Kamala is going to stab me. I would love to think that the boogeyman is actually eating those worms, but they've taken that away from me, Joe. They've taken it away from me, and it bothers me to no end. I wish they would stop it, at least with the bad guys. You want to parade the good guys all over town, make them do Make-A-Wish, that's fine. But leave the bad guys until it's time. They're doing it way too soon. Fatu has been there for a year, and we already know everything about him. I mean, it's a little frustrating when I want to be fully invested in the product, but I can't be because everybody's a good guy. Based on the fact that I know more about them.
For you. I got a question. You going to watch next Monday? Of course you will.
If I have to.
So guess what? It doesn't matter. You're still going to watch because you love the product, even though you know. I mean, okay, who would you say is the most underrated professional wrestler today? The most underrated, who's been around for more than 5 years?
Y'all going to hate me for this. Y'all going to hate. And it's 2 guys. Not 1, it's 2. Okay? Actually, probably 3. And I don't know if y'all saw this. Most people didn't see it. The New Day right now, Kofi Kingston. I don't know. Did you see that thing, Joe, where they were in the church and they did the whole thing inside the church? Bro, It was so good. But that's because Xavier and Kofi are not doing shoot media. All the media that they do, they're doing it in character, bro. You guys remember what's his name, Joe? You'll remember the dude that slapped the reporter years and years ago for calling the wrestling.
Schultz.
Yeah, Schultz. Yeah, Dr. D. David Schultz. Dr. Death, David Schultz. Boom, there. Or y'all remember when Roddy Piper and Medusa and Sting were on Bill Maher and Bill Maher started talking shit, and then
one of the
Roddy
best
Piper
pieces of footage.
Roddy Piper pulls down the pants and he goes, "You think it's fake? Let me show you fake, my brother. Let me show you fake."
Wait a second. There was one difference. When Dr. David Schultz did that, what was not around back then? The internet.
The internet.
When you talk about Roddy Piper, what wasn't back around that time? The internet. The internet has changed professional wrestling because professional wrestling fans have become smarter and smarter and smarter throughout the time. There used to be times when you never knew what was going to happen.
Okay.
Nowadays, if you can go onto the internet, you can find everything that's going to happen.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ask you guys a question.
Now, but hold on. I asked a question.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Who was the most underrated?
Oh, yes.
And here's the answer.
Kofi and Montez. Kofi and Montez are the 2 most underrated wrestlers that have been around more than 5 years to me. Kofi and Montez. That's me. Man, that boy can't wrestle. Stop. Who you playing with?
But let me tell you. How long has he been injured for?
Come on, man.
How long has he been injured for?
Who cares?
No, but you got to understand. Everybody has their place. Everybody has their role. Okay. And not everybody gets to be a bad guy all the time. Not everybody gets to be like John Cena. His whole career, right? I mean, I wish I was a fly on the wall when Hulk Hogan, rest his soul, said, "You want me to turn heel?" Huh.
Big Daddy P.
And yet,
what's the best ability?
Who's going to watch every match for John Cena's last ride? Every match, right? And yet he can switch like that. And yet he's still, the moment he came out and he apologized to that little boy and then said, I was having a bad day. I mean, I'm sorry, man. Everybody loves redemption stories. You're still watching. Bitch all you want, but you're still watching.
My turn. Okay, I got a couple for you. Number 1, Big Daddy P, what's the best ability? Availability. You bring up the Miz and immediately you make an excuse for the guy.
Yeah.
Okay? Shame on you. Number two, Joey, you and I have the same thing in our offices. Right there. It's the Undertaker. Let me ask you geniuses something. Would the Undertaker have been as special to you as a kid? Remember, we're looking at this as adults. A lot of it is that what I'm saying is for the newer wrestling fan, they didn't get to know Mark Calloway until he retired. The Undertaker character would have never been possible if he was doing interviews every freaking week, breaking character. You would have never believed that he was the dead man. You would have never believed that Crispy Kringle, what was I going to say? Percy Pringle was who he was. The kids will never get to experience it the same way that we did, and you guys are advocating for it because you guys got to live it and enjoy it. You have that as your core memory, but the new fans don't get that, because immediately after they see The Undertaker, now 10 minutes later, there's a Mark Calloway podcast where he's sitting there wearing a Black Rifle Coffee t-shirt and he's talking about going fishing on the weekend with his daughters. It's not the same, and they're ruining it, and you guys are advocating for it. I don't understand this.
And yet when The Undertaker appeared on NXT,
What happened?
I watched. And it was great to see him. I was so happy to see him. But you're right. The uniqueness of those characters and that transition between the future and the present is always upon us, gentlemen. It's always upon us. So while yesterday might be history and tomorrow is a mystery, you know what today is? It's the present. It's a gift. So we have the ability to enjoy what was once then, what's now, and come on, and what is forever. So enjoy the ride. Continue to enjoy it. Continue to keep talking about it, because that's what they want.
No doubt about it. Big Daddy P, looking at the clock, I know we could probably keep this going for a long, long time. And if you want to rejoin us in the second hour, I would love to have you back, okay?
What time?
For now, though, let's say between 8:15, 8:30, something like that. If we've got a special guest lined up, but that's not 100% locked in the bag. So just keep the lines open. My question to you is, can you close us with a couple of snippets and a prayer, por favor, before we moved on to the CEO of the FWWC? That's right.
Well, one, I've dropped more truth on more people in the short period of time since I've been on tonight than most people have in a month in church. Can I get an amen?
Amen, baby. You know what? I got a better than amen for you. Check me.
I did. Okay. Okay, so Joe is sick. I just saw a prayer request about a guy named Joe who's sick. Anybody else? Not Joe. This is not you, right?
We got Joe. Wait a minute. We got Joe. We have AJ Wallace, who has a nephew who's 1 year old that is feeling ill. And yeah, so three of them. We got AJ Wallace, John for Joe, and then of course this last one that you mentioned. Go ahead.
And listen, for anybody who doesn't really understand what prayer is, it isn't some mechanical thing. It's just talking to your creator. It's literally that simple. It's just acknowledging, hey, I know that you brought me here. And I might not understand why at this moment, but I've got a question. And you just talk to him. And I'm thankful that there's people out there who care enough, who are asking for us to pray, because if you can genuinely pray for someone, if somebody knows that in their heart, one of their hardest times, that somebody is stopping their life to take a moment to talk to God on your behalf, that's what it's all about. It's, again, love for one another. So I'm going to pray. I've dropped a lot of truth tonight, but again, I just want to repeat the most important one, and that is today is a gift. It's the present. And we have to be thankful for what we have now, because what's going to happen is if we find to be faithful with a little bit, he's going to give us more. So not everybody understands the calling on their life. They think it's a joke, or they think they're here because of X, Y, Z. But the fact is, the really reason why we're on here, the reason why we're created, is to love him and love his people. And unfortunately, we have a world filled with judgment and condemnation, and that's not what it's about. I think when people have the ability to recognize that they can be real and they can be who they are the way the Lord made them, then peace will continue to come upon you. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for your goodness and grace. I thank you for these prayer requests. I thank you for the time that we get to come before you, which I know that when we come before you, that we always have an open door. You're always ready to hear from us. So, Father, I just ask that as we go forward through the rest of the evening, that we would keep Joe, that we would keep AJ, that we would keep all the people who have prayer requests, who have things that are important to them, that they want to share. So I just ask that you would continue to open their heart, that you would continue to encourage them, and that you would not allow the enemy to make his way to try and distract us from why you brought us here. Open every door that needs to be open. Close every door that needs to be closed. And I thank you. And I ask these things by the power of the Holy Spirit in the name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, in whose name we pray. Amen.
Amen and amen. And forgive me, I had a surprise visitor here, unexpected.
Hey,
shout out from Mrs. Night Owl to all of y'all. She sends her love.
Hey,
What up, man?
what's up?
Yeah. Queen of Extreme, baby. She
Hate
said,
to be you.
that's right, yeah. Like my louder. Well, here's the thing, y'all, real quick. I went and put barriers on my door and soundproof the shit. Now I can be as loud as I want. It don't even matter, baby. We good now.
Isn't it wonderful when the truth sets you free?
Your wife's 21, right? Right? Renee,
It does, Big Daddy P. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause.
Oh, go ahead.
That's
You
right.
started.
She's
Don't
25
stop in the
going
middle.
on 15.
Don't stop in the middle.
She's 25 going on 18. 25
go.
going on 18. Y'all already know what it is. Hey, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm going to go right back to it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been your honor and our pleasure to host the resident chaplain of the Wrestle Talk podcast, the one and only Big Daddy P. Adios, brother.
I'll see you at 8:15.
Wow. Let's go, baby. Love that intro. Joe, we're going to make a very swift pivot over to the side. This intro I will let you do because you are a long-time legendary member of the world's premier fantasy wrestling promotion. So do me a favor and take care of this introduction because I know that my man, NJ, not Nightmare Jones, but Nathaniel Jones, may have a couple words for the CEO. Go ahead and take care of it, my friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to a man that I have known for quite some time now. A man that has opened his home to me. A man that we've had hellacious times together. We've had fun times together. Watch parties, you name it. I've seen this man go through sheds and backyards. Like, you name it, this man has done it. Ladies and gentlemen, the CEO of the FWWC, Mr. Deron Mills.
Let's go!
Really?
Get it. Got it. Go on. It's Nathaniel. You know he's gonna throw his shade.
You know
he's gonna talk his shit. Go ahead.
Always, Mr. Mills.
Dead ass.
As young as always.
Dead ass. Like, really? Like, come on, man.
What's
like,
going on, Mr. Mills? What's going
we
on?
living in the past? Like, come on, man. Like, that was so 15? Come on, man. 10 years ago. But, you know
what?
Well,
We can't bring up the shed no more?
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess that there didn't do shit, huh?
Yeah, it is what it is. Hey, here's the
I've
thing.
seen that
Dewan,
today.
my hermano.
I'll put it in perspective, and here's why I'll say that. And I'll kind of pivot to a different kind of sport because I saw this clip. So Michael Irvin never wanted his jersey retired at all. He wanted to be, or should I say, he wanted to keep ADA going. So CD Lamb gets it. It's comparison. Oh man, that ain't how Michael Irvin would have did it if he was messed up, or if he did wrong, or if CD Lamb did something great. You know what? He wearing that 88. You know what I mean? That's how Michael Irvin used to look. So with me, hey, it's the CEO versus the shed. You know what? We're going to keep talking about it. We're going to keep it going on because, you know, if somebody else goes into a shed, man, that was trash. They didn't have the CEO in the shed. You feel me?
See?
Or if they did good, it was like, damn, that's just how the
You
CEO
set the bar
did.
high.
So, let's keep fucking talking about it, baby. What's up?
All right, wait. So what you're saying is when it comes to going through sheds, You don't set the bar. You are the bar.
There you go.
Hey, here's another thing. He is the bar. Number 2, I think the Queen said it even better. Because I heard that story. He told it on It Is What It Is with Cam and Mace. That's where he told that story.
Yeah.
He said, I love it because every time they say 88, they bring up Michael Irvin. It's been 25 years.
Yep.
But I think Bae said it better. You know what she said? She said, say my name, say my name. That's right, bro. That's right. And that's what I love. Like, the CEO hasn't competed in the FWWC, the world's premier fantasy wrestling promotion, for a little while. He's got the Booker hat on. But for whatever reason, they always bringing you up. And Nathaniel Jones, of course, in proper fashion, is going to yawn as soon as we start putting you over. Because as soon as we say something nice about anybody else that's not Nathaniel Jones, all of a sudden it's yawning time. I understand. It's fine, Joe. I understand you got to do what you do. But here's my question for you, Mr. Mills. The FWWC is in what season? What season are we officially in?
Isn't this season 11, 12, or?
Man.
Joe, do you know what season we're in?
I do not know what season we. I know that it's
unbelievable.
The WWC has been around for quite some time.
We're 11 plus seasons into this game.
11 plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
And here's what's the most important part about where we are. We are continuing to grow and evolve. So, Mr. Mills, if you could, tell us what's different, because we're only a few months into season 11. What's different about this season? What has changed? Because the landscape, Jones, and I know you know this because you're an active competitor, potentially in a championship match in the near future, what has changed about the FWWC? What is season 11 different from every other season we've had in the world's premier fantasy wrestling promotion? Tell us.
Well, I will say this much, and this was said by, once again, the late, great Hulk Hogan. Less is more. In our past, we have been known to have, as was said before, watch parties. We've been known to have big events. We've been known to have all these great things that made us who we are in the FWWC right now. That includes members. That also includes championships. But as you can tell in season 11 plus, officially, we've trimmed the fat a little bit. And sometimes you got to trim the fat to get to the flavor. Or some would mistake that the fat is the flavor, but hey, it all goes down the same. With all that being said, yes, there are less competitors. There's even less championships. But the one thing that has stood tall and has been different from season 11, that it is 100% pure blood honesty going on around here. We know everybody that we're involved with, and everybody knows us. And in my thought, and in my experience, honesty is the best policy, even when it hurts. There have been some dark truths that came out in season 11. I'll tell you guys right now, ladies and gentlemen. But that's life, and that's what happens. What we are is the premier fantasy wrestling group in the world, and we are that because every single day we are dedicated to the cause. Whether it's 10 members, 15 members, 400 members, 500 members, 6 belts, 10 belts, 2 belts, it does not matter. We ain't going nowhere, and we've been around, and we're going to stay right here because that's who we are, integrity.
No doubt about it. And Joe is making sure that our second hour guest is lined out. We have a special surprise for everybody here coming up shortly. But let me tell you this, Dewan. I've been very, very proud of what I've seen from the FWWC. I want to break some news here with you because I don't know when the next time it's going to be that I'm going to be on the air. Dewan, we are getting new championships. I know you know this, and I know you didn't expect me to share this with people, okay? But I'm going to give you the floor once again because this is a huge deal. People think, oh, it's one of those internet things, no big deal, everything's just fine. And it certainly is. And it certainly is. But here's what's more important. Every single season, whether it's 11 and a half, 12, you name it, we're looking to get better, to improve, and to keep and retain the people that are with us that are fully committed to the group. So talk to us about these new championships, bro, because I think it's one of the biggest announcements that we've been able to drop so far in 2025. It's huge, man. Talk to us and explain it in detail if you can.
Oh, I got some announcements myself. Thank you, Night Owl, because with that announcement, I got some announcements concerning those championships. So, we have authentic, 100% legit made championship belts that are FWWC property. They have the FWWC logo on them. They are made professionally by my God Doomed Outfitters down there in Georgia. Good old Georgia, good old South down. I believe he's in the Atlanta area. If not, you can get his direct contact, Doom Outfitters, on Facebook. He'll get you hooked up with championship belts. Also hit up myself or, the Night Owl to get that information too. But that's what separates us from everybody else, because in the original days, we had toy belts, plastic belts, $15 belts they can get from Walmart or Kmart, and that was cool. But it just wasn't us. It wasn't FWWC authenticity, if you will. The FWWC actual name came around in, I'll say, 15 or 16, copyrighted, and it's ours. It belongs to us. FWC copyrighted with us, Fantasy Wrestling Worldwide Chapter. So with these championships, there are new titles that will be arriving. We have a brand new Warriors Heart Championship that's already done. It's just getting the final details. And we also have a brand new international championship currently held by none other than Badass American Diva that will be arriving on her doorstep soon. With that being said, there were some matches that took place at Frenzy in France concerning not necessarily a number one contender for the FWC International title, but kind of mixing stuff up. So, with that being said, in the next coming weeks, there will be a program not to necessarily crown a number one contender for the FWC International title, but kind of mixing things up, see who deserves it, so forth and so on. And there will be 3 individuals involved in those matches, which I will be booking here shortly. It will be none other than the former FWC Tag Team Champions, that is Sick and Lecter, which also Lecter is a former international champion, and none other than El Luchador de Kansas City. Those 3 individuals will be involved in a series of matches to ultimately determine who is the number one contender for the FWWC International title. Kind of segueing over to something else, the FWC Warriors Heart Championship. There will also be 3 individuals that will be not necessarily crowning a number one contender, but we're going to have those guys mix it up a little bit in the next coming weeks. Those 3 individuals are none other than former champions in themselves. That is former Warriors Heart champion Gabriel Arcin. That is also former Spartans Heart champion Ace. And that is also a former champion, El Luchador de Kansas City. So those 3 individuals will be involved in the FWC Warriors Heart Championship conversation. Like I said, go mix it up, go put it together, again, not necessarily having a number one contender, but it is going to be dope. It is going to be, actually, no, it's going to be Nathaniel Jones. I apologize. Nathaniel Jones, you will be involved in the Warriors Heart Championship conversation. I apologize.
Whoa, congratulations, man.
My bad.
Let's go.
That's why you had to come up on the screen. My bad, dog.
Woo!
So, yeah, it will be
I
Ace.
like that.
It will be Gabriel Arcin, and it will
That's
be
incredible.
Nathaniel Jones, that will be involved in the Warriors Heart Championship matches. Now, again, it doesn't mean we're going to find a number one contender, but we're going to have you boys mix it up just a little bit. But I got one more. This right here is the biggest announcement that I'm going to make tonight, and I need everybody to pay attention. And when I'm done with this one, I'm done. If you got questions, it is what it is. So,
I love it.
Congratulations once again is in order to our brand new FWWC World Tag Team Champions. That is Brothers in Arms. That is Jason Curtis, former champion in himself. That is Bishop, our current FWC World Heavyweight Champion. Those guys put on an amazing, incredible, epic, memorable program with the House of Horrors ending their longest reign. But here's what the deal is, and I got to get it cracking. Jason Curtis, since you've been doing so damn good, you deserve something in an amazing and incredible way. You've got 1 tag title shot. That was dope. But can you do it for the singles? Ladies and gentlemen, on September 20th at FWWC Ultra Clash, it will be Bishop, the FWWC World Heavyweight Champion, defending his title against Jason Curtis.
Wow.
Partners, but can they coexist after this match?
That is freaking insane, dude. Are you crazy?
Yes,
yeah, I think you might
be.
He's a little crazy.
Yes.
You're a madman, bro. Okay, for those that don't know, and I think you explained it very, very well. These guys recently just won the tag team championships together. And now, bing bang, no sleep for the weary. And guess what, bro? I see what you're doing. You're just like Big Daddy P. You come in here, you kind of bring your big announcements, and you're trying to outdo the Night Owl. I ain't been here in a long time, and I will not be outdone. So guess what? You my brother, you my hermano. Tú sabes, cabrón, si es mi compa, la chingada es mi compa hacia el 100, güey. You already know. But, I talk my shit, but I also bring the shit, okay? And it's funky, okay? Check me out, ladies and gentlemen. Here is not only a verbal preview of the new International Championship, but also a visual preview. I give to you the FWWC International Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, give it a round of applause because it is so deserved, baby.
That looks good. That looks damn good.
I love it, y'all. Hopefully y'all dig that, man, because guess what? I ain't done yet. Something that is near and dear to my heart. I thought E-Feds were goofy, and they kind of are a little bit. Let's just be honest. This dude, where's he at? This dude over here that you see the shiny thing on the top of his head, he dresses up in a robe, and he's so disrespectful as Nathaniel Jones, trying to beat this guy, and he's not even a champion. They want to whoop his ass, and he don't even got nothing that they want. They just want him.
I'm better than them. What can I say?
And you heard the CEO. He mentioned it about the competition, right? Ladies and gentlemen, again, near and dear to my heart, it should be to yours. I present to you the very first public look of the FWWC's full-size 2mm plate Warriors Heart Championship. Here you have it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's gonna look really good around my waist. I'm just gonna say.
Woo! I love it. Let's get some noise, bro. I gotta get some noise here.
Yeah, let's go.
So, gentlemen, here's what that means. What that means is if you decide to step foot in the FWWC and you can get past the FED, okay, that is our developmental, you can actually compete for real championships. So when you go to wrestling shows with that belt over your shoulder and they start going, oh, bro, you think you're badass, huh? Why don't you do me a favor and put that thing up for grabs, right? Because you always see those memes on the internet. Oh, I wish those guys that bring their championship belts to the show would actually defend them. You know, the guys in the crowd. You guys have all heard this. We've all got replica championships. The one you got your beautiful IC belt, which is not in the background, but we know you have it. Nightmare, I know you can look up that beautiful WWE championship that you got, the one I got behind me. But they're always saying that, right? When you bring that belt to the show, what do they say, Joe? They say, why don't you defend that thing, right? Yeah. You can actually stand on business. You can actually stand on business and defend that championship. A real, full-size, custom, one-of-a-kind championship that if somebody says, hey, you know what, why don't you defend it? You tell them, come on into the FWWC. I will defend this belt against you. You just got to step up and show me you can do what we do. And if you do that, then you can actually take this from me. That's what makes this group unique. You got highly talented, motivated individuals fighting for real championships and the entertainment level. Let's just be honest. The cards that you put together, DeJuan, as the booker, I look forward more to those than I do the WWE ones, bro. Straight up, no fucking cap. I swear to you, bro. You heard my rant earlier about the whole thing with the reality era and people talking way too much. In the FWWC, bro, we keep it in character, baby. People are out here trying to get these championships because they're one of a kind. And next time, hopefully, if we do this again sometime soon, we can show everybody what the tag belts look like because those are just as dope. The tag belts are crazy. We got new champions, and now they're going to be fighting each other, bro. It's insane. Dewan, thank you, bro. Thank you so much for sharing all that with us. Nightmare Jones, you got anything you want to say? You know what I'm saying? As you know, the one and only Nathaniel Jones for those people out there looking at you crazy.
I mean, it's obvious that Nathaniel Jones is going to walk away with that championship. Whenever I get the opportunity, I'm going to walk away with that championship, and you're going to call Nathaniel Jones FWWC champion because I'm going to hold every single title in the FWWC. Even the tag team titles by myself. I will hold the tag team titles. I will hold every single title in the FWWC at one time. I'm going to lose them all at one time, but I'll have them all at one time.
That's the kind of arrogant, pompous prick that you're welcome to come over and put in his place in the FWWC.
I haven't felt this irritated.
Wait, no, Daniel, what?
You can call me Nathaniel Monet.
No, I haven't felt this level of irritation.
Joey 5 belts?
No, we're not doing it. No, you remember when we used to do this on the phone? This is bringing me back. Remember when this was a telephone conversation?
Yes.
And every time
the trauma, the trauma.
I would hear that.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing this. Damn it.
Sounds like PTSD, man.
Dude, it's giving me the icks. But I appreciate you guys. Appreciate the love. It's amazing, man.
Well, no doubt about it. Well, Dewan, we will send you off with the last word because we do have our special guest ready to go. We're going to bring up one more topic. I'll let you have just a quick moment because you're Pro Wrestling Insight. How long have you been a fan? How long have you been around and in the business, if you don't mind sharing that with the fans here?
20 plus years. 20 plus years.
Dewan, how long have you been around the pro wrestling business?
Oh, as a fan, 20 plus years.
Go ahead.
Business,
Nightmare.
10 plus.
Before we do that, Mr. Mills, I understand that you have a Kofi Kingston story.
Oh,
Real quick. I mean, I'll be as quick as possible.
Yes.
So
we got to hear that, guys. Right after this story, we're moving on to the special guest. Yeah, absolutely, bro. We need to hear it.
Yeah. So as you know, the night I was saying, these guys are in character, and you know, kayfabe is still real. So they was here late April. Raw was here. Kofi, the New Day, all that crazy stuff. So at the end of the evening, you know, a little hungry, decided to go to Sunfresh. For those who live in Kansas City, you know exactly where Sunfresh is. You know that's the only store open after 10 p.m. at night. They don't do it at Walmart anymore. So I went there just to grab some bread and some stuff. And you know how you kind of see someone and kind of notice but don't? He walks past me, but what threw me off is, me and him are the same height. I'm about 5'8" and a quarter. He's about 5'8" and a quarter. I said, damn, he's kind of short. And on top of that, he wasn't that big. I'm like, well, I'm bigger than him. So I kind of looked at him. He kind of looked at me, and I kind of looked at him. I said, Kofi, and he kind of gave me that look like, why the you talking to me? What's up? I said, all right. Kept it moving. Didn't break a budge. Dead ass. That is 100% true.
Wow, bro. You know what? I'm going to give you kudos for that. It's hard not to mark out, bro, and to respect a man's privacy, bro. That's kudos to you for being a man about that. No doubt. Yeah. I'm sure you would have loved to get an autograph and all that, but that's not the place. That's
wasn't
not
even tripping. He was there, you know, trying to do what he had to do. He was hungry. He was probably pissed off because everything in Sunfresh is marked up 20%. So he's paying $6 for a loaf of bread. So he already got heat. I'm not trying to get that heat up to him. You know what I mean? So
have you ever seen Kofi Kingston? This man probably ain't ate bread in like 15 years. You ever see what this man looks like?
Straight up.
That's a great story, Dewan. We love you, bro. We thank you. Hey, and if we do this again next time, bro, maybe you can join us for a high spots topic. How about that?
Yeah.
Let's get it, man. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Peace out.
No doubt. We love you, Dewan. Be easy. Yo, FWWC, y'all. Make sure y'all check them out. World's premier fantasy wrestling promotion. Most of the activity, most of the stuff that happens on the show for that program, let's just say, for that promotion happens on the Facebook page. Either hit up Nightmare, hit me up, hit Dewan up. We'll get you plugged in. As a matter of fact, my man who's going to be joining us, he at one time donated a championship belt for us. He's actually partially the inspiration behind the Roman theme that we're using. Not so much on this one, but like this one. And we'll be able to talk about that here in just a second. But yeah, I don't know if he knows this, but the belt that he donated to us so many years ago, it actually set off a chain of events that kind of gave us a little bit of an identity when it comes to the Warriors Heart Championship, the Spartans Heart Championship, and so on and so forth. So without any further ado, and it was kind of an impromptu, unscheduled thing that we've been talking about, just make sure it makes sense. Ladies and gentlemen, I consider this man an amigo. We're like-minded in a lot of ways. We like being outdoors. We're very vocal and opinionated with the things that we believe. We're both very grateful to be in the greatest country on God's green earth. And we also, most importantly, we both absolutely love professional wrestling. So, ladies and gentlemen, mi amigo and soon to be your amigo, my brother, a man who has evolved throughout his career and now is putting on some of the best effing matches in the Midwest today. My friends, I'm going to play a quick video, and then we're going to bring in the one, the only, Rocco the Barbarian. Again, my friend and yours, Rocco the Barbarian.
How you doing, fellas?
What's going on, my brother? What's going on, some goodness, bro? What's happening?
Good to see you. Good to see you. I just got done fishing a little bit ago.
Why are you bragging this shit, bro? You know I want to go fishing. Why do you do that?
You like to fish.
I can go 3 or 4 times.
But he knows I want to be fishing, but I'm stuck here with Daniel Jones.
I didn't catch anything today, so.
All right. Well, that makes me feel a little bit better.
So what's up, guys?
Just a little. Wrestling business. You've got a lot of responsibilities from your profession to your family. So let me be the first to ask you this question, man. How do you balance it all, right? Like we'll dive in head first here. How do you balance it all from your family to your profession to professional wrestling to staying in shape to whatever hobbies you have, which include fishing? I know that can be really stressful, cause of a lot of anxiety for people. I'm curious, man, like, I don't want you to necessarily tell us how the recipe is made, but at least talk to us a little bit about the flavors, man, because it's a lot to balance for one individual. and you've done it quite well, my friend. I'll go ahead and give you the stage. Talk to us.
Well, man, I don't know how I do it myself. The business goes pretty well. I do a handyman business. Um, I really don't know how I do it. I just sometimes it takes sacrifice. Some days I don't make it to the gym. Some days I don't make it out to the water. I always go and see my kids. So it's just a matter of living day by day. That's the deal. Like I try not to have a plan because then I don't know, something always comes up and something always ruins it. So I go day by day, and whatever the day calls for is what the day calls for. If I'm feeling a little extra barbarian ish, I go fishing, find my peace. Lifting really doesn't do it for me. That if anything, it gets me in more of an aggressive mood. Um, no, it's just whatever the day calls for, that's what I'm going to do. And the new business has allowed me to have more time. I work, 9 a.m. and sometimes I try to be done by like 3. So I don't work a whole bunch. And I don't know, it's just like a juggling act. I wish I could tell you. I don't know.
Sorry. Well, here's what I'll say, and I certainly don't mean to. I don't mean to correct my own guest, but I certainly don't think it's an act. You've been doing this for a long time, bub, and you've done it successfully. You work for multiple promotions. I would like to say that you're part of the original class, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, of KCXW. Now with Trailblazer, you're always a focal point of the shows. Fans are showing up for you. They want to go see you of all ages. I've been witness to it, and I've been very blessed to see some of your activity. And by the way, for those of you guys that are like me that can't get out to all the shows, at Trailblazer on YouTube is a great place to see Rocco's stuff. But yeah, probably not a really, really long time. And, you can measure success a lot of different ways, but the way you've been able to manage it and balance it, I think, to me, at least by my book, that's a success. Do you consider your career a success up to this point?
Yeah, I really do. My goal was it was never to make WWE or whatever. My goal was to just do the thing that I love and, be good at it and, hopefully get paid for it. But I just wanted to do this thing and do it on my own terms. And yeah, I've had the opportunity to do that. And Trailblazer, great group of dudes, some of the better promoters I've ever worked for. And they allow me some freedom and they allow me to just be me. And, it's a great environment and great talent. There's been some places I've been to where I'm kind of like, man, if they're letting some of these guys in, what am I doing here? Like, am I not, am I still on this level where I'm getting mixed up with guys that never trained a day in their life? So I'm working in a place where they take it seriously who they book, and that makes it all worth it to me.
Well, you know what? That's good to hear. And again, listen, we don't get paid by anybody but our sponsors. Trailblazer's not a sponsor of the show, but I got a lot of respect for the guys that run it over there. They let people speak their minds and let people be who they are. They look at the talent and the respect that the people have for the professional wrestling business and their peers. And that's why how long has Trailblazer been running? I know it's been a few years now consistently. How long has Trailblazer been doing their thing?
I believe we're on Monsters Brawl 4. And so we're somewhere around the neighborhood of 4.5 years. So it's not a bad run so far. It's passed by really quickly. I haven't realized it's been so long, but yeah, apparently it has.
And those shows are based mainly out of like Olathe, Kansas. Is that right? Like Olathe, Overland Park, those sorts of areas?
They've been running a lot in Gardner, Kansas. It's a really good crowd. They've ran in Olathe. They've ran in Ottawa, Kansas. Right now, Gardner is home. So we'll see what happens in the future. But Gardner.
So for those that don't know, that's about one town over from Olathe. So if you guys are interested in getting to the shows, and being involved and going out and seeing great quality entertainment at a reasonable price. Make sure you guys check those out. Moving on from that, man, let me ask you something. There's an individual who we did not see in your intro for the most part, I think maybe right at the beginning, by the name of Deacon Kane. And he has been by your side for a long time. Talk to us a little bit about that talent-manager relationship. What does he bring to the table that maybe other managers don't bring to the table? How has he helped you get to the position that you're in, where no matter what promotion you go to, because I know you worked in Illinois, you worked in Missouri, you worked all over the place, what does he add to that special recipe that makes Rocco the Barbarian?
Man, I don't know where to start with Deacon. Deacon trained me to begin with at the XWC, him and a guy named Enigma. I don't know if you guys remember Enigma. But Deacon started off, he trained me. And I started doing the Johnny Rocco bit in Illinois, and I needed a manager. I was trying to start a group, and he adds that extra flavor. Especially now with Rocco the Barbarian, when I'm in that mode, there's no talking. There's just grunting and growling and yelling. He's the voice. He's the personality, behind it. I'm not just a one-dimensional character. There's this Deacon Kane guy here to keep me reined in, to make sure business goes the way it should go. And behind the scenes, he's my idea guy. I bounce ideas off of him. He bounces ideas off of me. Our road trips, they should be live streamed, because the things that we talk about, the things that we say, it would be unreal. He's like my best friend. I talk to him about everything. He knows everything about me, what I'm going through, what I'm doing, what I'm thinking. And then on the back end of it, also in the business aspect, he manages the merchandise table, makes sure that the change is in there. He makes sure that, everything has a price tag. He makes sure that, he's coming up with ideas of things we can put on the merch table. I'm incomplete without Deacon Kane.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, it is incredible to see the longevity that you guys have had. I know it's been years, and people go through transformations. I'm not here to judge. Oh, you got a manager yesterday, now you don't have a manager. It's fine. We all got to get to where we're going in our own way. But there's something to be said about longevity and the fact that you guys are that close. The fact that maybe he had the mentorship roll over you for a little while. And to me, the biggest thing, bro, is your willingness to be receptive. Like, you would say, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm more verbally talented than this guy, or maybe more physically capable than this guy ever was. But that doesn't mean that they don't offer value. And for you to see that, I think is a big thing. Let me transition from that to another thing that kind of relates to mentorship. So I'm sure now you are starting to see yourself more as a veteran in the locker room. What do you think? Do you think you're a little, and maybe you would have been 4 or 5 years ago? Do you consider yourself more of a veteran?
Yeah. I see things differently than I did 5 years ago. Certainly 10 or 12 years ago, however long it was when I first started. There are guys that come up and ask me what I thought of their match, which is wild to me. Like, what good's my opinion, and then they really want some input. So I give some input. I've had an opportunity to help push some new guys along, some new people along, and help set up their move sets. I do. I feel like I have a little bit. And then I get some pull. Promoters call me and I work the price, and we talk about what I'm doing. It works out. Trailblazer guys are always really perceptive and willing to hear ideas, and I'm more than willing to say, hey, this is just an idea, dude. I'll do whatever you want. But they listen and they take it into consideration. That means a lot. And it makes me feel good. It makes me feel, like I have a little bit of vet status now.
Well, let me say this. I think that role as veteran, I don't think that that's something you can claim. I think it's something that's bestowed on you. And you basically beat me to the punch, because what I was going to ask you is, how has that transition been and how comfortable do you feel talking to some of the younger guys that are like, hey, bro, I really like what you do with your character. And now for those that don't know you, you're saying Rocco the Barbarian doesn't say a whole lot. So to get over and to be as popular as you are without really saying a whole lot, that is an art on its own. So I think that not only the fans see value in it, but more importantly, I think the guys in the locker room, well, actually, I wouldn't say more importantly, because ultimately the fans are the most important. But just as importantly, the guys in the locker room are going, man, this guy's getting over, and he just goes out there and goes, he's grunting and groaning and growling and doing all kinds of dope shit. But at the same time, people are like literally there, like, who's your favorite guy, kid? Oh, that Rocco the Barbarian. He's insane. That's got to make you feel good, right?
Oh yeah, it makes me feel great to go out to the merch table, and there's just a line of people who are packed, and things are coming off of the table really fast, and it feels really good. It really does. I enjoy the art of, like what you said, being able to go out there and not have to say a whole lot and get my message across in other ways. Using Beacon also, it's been a blessing.
No doubt about it. Well, listen, I got a little bit of a surprise for you. My co-host stepped away for a few minutes. He's actually out of West Virginia, and he was with me the very first time that we actually had you on the Wrestle Talk podcast back when, back in many, many, many moons ago during the Rocco era, the Johnny Rocco era. So, Joe, out of West Virginia, I'm bringing you back, baby. I know you've been watching Rocco and his transition from Johnny, the whole thing that we were just discussing. So why don't you jump on in here with any thoughts or questions you might have, Joe, because I know you've been following now for it's got to be at least 6-7 years now since the very first time that we had Rock on here. So, Nightmare Jones, what's on your mind, amigo? Talk to us.
Great to have you back, man. Like it's been, it's a joy to have you back onto the podcast. Like you're one of our regulars now. So congratulations. You're now a regular of the Wrestle Talk podcast. Oh my gosh. So
love it. Yeah, cheers to that. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that, yeah. But I mean,
one more.
So my question is, when you get out into the ring, what do you see when you are facing a opponent? Like, what is in the mindset of Rocco the Barbarian when that bell rings?
That's hard to say. It's definitely an ego switch. So a lot of the time, I try not to plan. You know how everybody, I'm going to break the fourth wall here, and people plan stuff. I try not to do that so much because the character lives on real emotion. I turn on all the things that I shut off so I can exist in a civilized world. So it is whatever you see somebody that you have to destroy, and that's it. I don't really know. It's just what's going to work here? What am I going to do? I don't know if I see dollar signs or anything like that. I don't see. I do see a colleague, but I'm in the moment, and that's how I exist in the ring, and that's what realism is. That's how you connect to people, in my opinion, is the real emotion. It's real emotion out there, So it's just the parts of me that I've locked away, and I can't tell you what. I can't tell you exactly what I see.
Okay.
In the opponent talks to me.
That's understandable. That is absolutely understandable. So my next question is, you have quite a few.
Joe, hold on. So, Joe, if you don't mind, do this here. So we do have a fan question. If you don't mind, Joe, I will read it off. And the camera is a little bit more centered now, so just adjust according to Cam there, Joseph. If you don't mind reading this one off, Joe, and then we'll jump back into your next question because I think this is a damn good one.
It says, should Attila Khan, this is from AJ Wallace, should we see Attila Khan versus Rocket the Barbarian next year in SICW Wrestling, and could it be at Fan Fest 4?
That's a dream match for me. I would give anything to wrestle Attila Khan. I would definitely be there if the opportunity is real and presented to me. I will take it in a heartbeat.
Okay.
Okay, so we just need the fans to take action. Yes. Joe, and I'll throw it back to you. We just need the fans to take action. Guys, I want everybody watching live right now. By the way, if you haven't hit the like button, let me what the hell's wrong with you? Hit the like button, man. Come on, bro. We ain't asking you for nothing. Just hit the like button. But no, more importantly, at Herb Simmons. Joe, I want you to do this too. Wait, after your next question, I want you to at Herb Simmons and say, we need Rocco the Barbarian back at SICW. We need him in Southern Illinois. We need him like we need a glass of water in the middle of the summer. Like we need a jacket in February in the Midwest, okay? I need everybody who's watching right now to at Herb Simmons, the promoter, the friend of the Wrestle Talk podcast. A lot of love and respect. Tu sabes, chico. I want everybody to take a moment, hit at, and say, we need to see Rocco the Barbarian back at SICW ASAP. Because let me tell you something, promoters aren't dumb, especially guys that have been doing it for 50 years, okay? 50 years. My man just got inducted into the Cauliflower Alley Club Hall of Fame, okay? So if you want to make an impact with a guy like that, you can't just wish it into the sky. You pray about it, and you send Herb Simmons a message. You at Herb Simmons right now. I'm giving y'all time to do it. The show will continue, okay? At Herb Simmons right now. Let him know we need Rocco the Barbarian and Deacon Kane back at SICW ASAP. Tell him the Night Owl sent you. If you don't think he's going to listen, say, hey, the Night Owl sent. And I haven't been on here for a long time, so if I'm saying it, I mean it, okay? Now, let's get back to it. Nightmare Jones, let's keep it going.
I mean,
we're trying to do business here, man. We're businessmen, right? Gosh darn it. You just told the man he's a lifelong member. You told him he's a permanent guy here. You got to take care of our people, okay?
That's
Go
right.
ahead, Joey.
I'm telling you, if Rocco the Barbarian faced Attila Khan at SICW, I would try to make my way down just to see that match. Just to see that match, because that's going to be an absolute banger of a match. Let me tell you. So,
what you think, Rocco?
Oh yeah. Anytime, any fucking time, dude. I would love that match.
we're going to see if we can make it happen. We're going to bug the heck out of Herb Simmons. Let me tell you.
At Herb Simmons.
Yes.
Go ahead, Joe. What's your next question, bro?
So my next question is, you have a lot of fans in the Midwest, but you have a couple fans here in the Eastern Panhandle, West Virginia. When are we going to see Rocco the Barbarian in West Virginia?
That's a really good question. I'd have to find a show to go out there to.
I can think of a promotion that would you would be an absolute amazing, and that would be the WDWA. But yes, absolutely, that would be.
Are you willing to make the trip, Rocco? Are you willing to travel? Talk to us.
I drove 16 hours to Mississippi to wrestle on the Gulf. I'll go out there, no problem.
Stop and think about it, man. Think about it. Rocco the Barbarian against DeMarcus King. Think of how great a match that would be. Yeah.
Well, for people that don't know, and I think some of the reverb is coming from the speakerphone, Rocco, just FYI. But I don't know if people know this. Rocco is not like 5'8". Rocco, tell these people that you're not some little guy because, bro, you used to be. I remember you were kind of a thin dude when I first met you, but not no more, bro. Talk to these people so they know what you really like.
No, right now I'm 6'3", 6'4" if I've been drinking, and about 245 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal, baby.
Absolutely. But Renee,
well, would you look at that now? We're booking them in. We're booking them back in Illinois. We're booking them in West Virginia. Now we're booking my man in Minnesota. Come on, man. We got to get this chicken out of here. You heard me?
Well, it was good. My kids are getting older. I can go now.
But Nightowl, I'm going to throw it back.
Exactly. I got a couple teenagers myself.
Because I know you have a bunch of questions for Rocco yourself. So the floor is yours, sir.
I do, Joe. I do. Much appreciated, man. Hang tight, bro, because we probably defer back to you here in just a moment or two. But, Rocco, here's one of the things that I was thinking about as we were looking about bringing you on. Every wrestler, I think, starts as a fan, okay? And there's a lot going on in the world of professional wrestling today. I don't know how much you keep up or how much you watch, but I have to ask this question. For somebody who's a student of the game, and I'm sure you'll consider yourself a student of the game until basically your last day. I mean, we're all always learning, right? What has your attention right now in wrestling? So when you find the time between all the different things that you do, when you actually have the time to watch a couple reels or maybe watch a YouTube snippet or whatever, what's pulling your attention right now in the professional wrestling world that isn't necessarily directly related back to Rocco the Barbarian? What has your attention?
Simplicity. Somebody who's not doing a whole bunch of movement to try to get where they're going. You know what I mean? So somebody that does the old school style, anything like that, I'm sold on it. So, or who was that? Eli Drake. He was on, like, he didn't have to do much, and he was just over. You know what I mean? Like, he walked out and he said his line, and then following. Yeah, that's really cool. So things like that. That really has my attention. The realism of it, as opposed to something that looks like it was very, very planned. So if I see that, I'm going to be engaged, and I'm going to watch the entire match.
Well, I absolutely love to hear that. And you know what? I think this is a great time, Joe, because I think of all the high spots topics that we had, I think the one about whether or not the reality era is a good thing or a bad thing. So let's do this. Let's go back to that question. We'll throw it up on the screen again for you there, Rocco. And you let us know what you think, because before you came on, hopefully everybody goes back and watch the rest of the show. By the way, we've had lots of people watching us. Thank you to my people on X. Thank you to my YouTube people. I think we got over 10 people watching live just on the Facebook right now. We're rocking and rolling. Again, if you haven't hit that thumbs up, if you haven't hit the share or the like button, make sure you do that immediately. Immediately, your friends. Do it right now. But I do want to throw this back up because Rocco loves the reality. But my question is, to what extent? So here's the image that goes along with it, and I will go ahead and pull up the question as well, because I want to know what Rocco the Barbarian, a man who's knee-deep in the middle of his career, thinks about this. So here's the question. It says, we're knee-deep in the reality area now with Netflix specials and tell-all podcasts. Is this ultimately good for the business or not? Rocco the Barbarian, is this reality era that we're living through right now ultimately a good thing or a bad thing for the professional wrestling business? Please give us your thoughts.
I'm not big on the behind the curtain reality part of it. I want what's happening in the ring to be reality based. Pulling back the curtain and showing some of the things like I forget what they call it, the show is, but they're showing things behind the scenes, and I don't know, it doesn't do it for me. It really doesn't, and it's showing too much to the fans. So we get back to reality based wrestling in the ring, people are going to gravitate to that, but until we do, I just don't see it happening. I think that the behind the curtain stuff is no go for me.
Well, and I believe the name of that show, Joe, if I'm not mistaken, is called Unreal. Joe, is that right? Isn't that the name of the Netflix special?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So just in case everybody's wondering what Rocco was talking about. Joe, you and I had a debate about this, right? Like, Joe's all for it. He loves to see all the stuff that they would never talk to us about. But my argument, Rocco, was would we have enjoyed The Undertaker the same if we knew that he had a ranch down in Texas and he was married to what's-her-face and they got little girls and he loves fishing? So would we have enjoyed The Undertaker the same if we had known about Mark Calloway? I want to know what you think.
No, absolutely not. He's a great guy. You know, everybody likes him now, but they would have ruined the mystique. He worked so hard to protect that character. That's what made the character what it was. You know, man, the Attitude Era, that was realism to me. Those were, I mean, well, yeah, you had Undertaker and Kane. They're not necessarily in reality, but it was very reality based. You had Stone Cold, guys that you could believe, doing things that you could believe that they were doing. You know, so no, I don't believe that it would have got over the same. They would have liked him. He would have ended up in the American Badass a lot sooner. The Undertaker character wouldn't be what it is.
And Joe, now that you've heard what a sensible professional thinks, unlike you and freaking Perry Hartman, have you changed your mind with me at all, bro? You're starting to come over to the other side a little bit more. I'm curious what you think, Joe.
I still like the fantasy. I still like the reality stuff. I still like pulling the curtain back. I mean, that's just how I am. Like I grew up in the 80s and in the 90s, and you know, I watched all that stuff, and it's just cool to see the behind the scenes of WWE and what goes behind the scenes and what went behind the storylines that we watched for WrestleMania. So I still like it.
Okay. And to each their own, right, Rock? Ultimately, to each their own.
To each their own. You can like it or not like it. It don't make a difference to me. I think it still kind of breeds a culture of, you know, we have this term at smarts, the people that think they know more than they do. And I don't know. I don't think it'll be good for their culture of knowing too much and having these opinions and things like that. And then also pulling back the curtain, it also leads to things like the Raja Jackson deal. Like you have outsiders behind the curtain and they don't belong there.
Imagine, Joe, a whole WrestleMania stadium filled with AEW smarks. Can you see it now? Can you see the nightmare that would quickly turn into? Nobody wants that. I love it. AEW's fine. But I don't need 110,000 people in the stadium who all think they could have booked it better than Triple H. Enough is enough. Jeez Louise with these people.
Yeah, it's absolutely. Nobody's going to be booking better than Triple H. He knows the business better than anybody. He's worked the hardest of anybody in the business, obviously. He worked with a double quadricep tear. You know what I mean? He knows the business. I'm glad it's...
No.
Yep.
So, no, yeah.
Yeah, we're lucky to have him. Well, listen, guys, the energy in the room has been
on fire.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guy. So, listen, the energy in the room, absolutely entire interview. And I will say this: what to do and what not to do. So if you're thinking about where to spend those extra 20, 25 bucks, or whatever it may be, you know, once or twice a month to go out and get some entertainment, make sure you follow him on all social media platforms. He will post there all the time where he's going to be. I think here up in the short future, and I don't have the poster ready, so my apologies for that. But here in the very, very near future, I believe it's September 10th, we have an upcoming Trailblazer show before we close out the interview, Rocco, why don't you tell the folks all about that, buddy? What's going on? Where are you going to be performing next?
So my next show is going to be at Trailblazer Championship Wrestling. Hold on here. I don't know who my opponent's going to be, but it's going to be at the Johnson County Fairgrounds in Gardner, Kansas. Hold on here. It's October 18th. So that will be the very next time anybody can see me. It's October 18th at the Gardner Fairgrounds. You look up Trailblazer Championship Wrestling. You're going to have plenty of posters up there. My match poster should be up anytime between now and then. You'll know who I'm facing. It doesn't matter who I'm facing because it's going to be awesome.
Well, and I'll tell you what, because I wasn't able to get the poster ready in time. My apologies for that. We got the intro video ready, but we didn't get the poster up. As soon as that match poster drops, Rocco's going to send it directly to yours truly, the Night Owl, and we're going to go ahead and get that thing posted up on all of our social media platforms, so y'all will know exactly where it's happening. One more time, Rocco, you said that's October 18th at the Johnson County Fairgrounds in Gardner, Kansas, correct?
Yes, that is very correct. I'd like to see you there, Renee. I'll get you a ticket if you come out.
Man, I would love
for you and your family. Out.
Really?
I'll get you tickets for you and your family. You come on out.
You know he's got about
man, and you know what? That's my favorite time of the year for weather. Yeah, I got a lot of kids. Yeah, just go ahead and reserve. Have to give us a whole row, bro.
I'll get you something. Monsters Ball is my show. Okay, I don't. I think I'm undefeated at Monsters Ball. If I'm not correct, so come out to Monsters Ball and see me do my thing. It's like the Undertaker's WrestleMania. This is my show.
All right.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. The one, the only Rocco the Barbarian. Rocco, before you go, two things. Number one, bro, always an honor to welcome back a member of the Wrestle Talk family. And number two, bro, drop the social media for the people. Where can they find you on the interweb?
You can find me anywhere, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, at Rocco the Barbarian. There's only one. Look up Rocco the Barbarian. You can find me on Trailblazer Championship Wrestling. They're going to have my matches there on YouTube. Trailblazer Championship Wrestling. Check it out. That's where you'll find me. Rocco the Barbarian. There's only one. You can Google me and you can find me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. The one, the only Rocco the Barbarian. Nightmare Jones. Wow. Yeah. I mean, you talk about a guest coming in clutch, okay? Yeah. Rocco the Barbarian, we probably could have done a whole hour with this guy, man. Thank you, Rocco. We love you, bro. Again, October 18th, Johnson County Fairgrounds, Gardner, Kansas. Get your tickets. Get them now. Tell them the Wrestle Talk podcast sent you. And don't forget, at Herb Simmons, at Gavin Jackson, tell these people we want some fresh blood. This guy is a veteran. He's worked with some of the best. And who knows, maybe if we're loud enough, he'll get his dream match against Attila Khan. Maybe we can. We've done some pretty dope matches, bro. We've done some pretty cool stuff in the past. Maybe we can help him have his dream match against Attila Khan. What do you think, Nightmare?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that would be an absolute banger of a match. It needs to be booked. It needs to. Yeah, absolutely. It needs to be booked.
Love it. Again, guys, that's at Rocco the Barbarian on also social media platforms. And if you're still watching, Rocco, salute from your brothers right here on the WTP. Joe, I don't know if you still got a can with you, but let's go again. My man's a cheers. He deserves it. Absolutely phenomenal interview. And who knows, bro, if we jump back on here again, it'd be great to talk to him a couple days, couple weeks, couple months down the road, man. Cheers to you, brother. We love you. God bless. All right, Joey, I'm going to leave this up to you, bro. Yes. We can keep this show going. If you're ready to take your ass to bed, you let me know. We'll close it out. But if you want to keep going, I think we might be able to do one more hot spot segment before we get out of here. I make my sponsorship announcement, and we lead into next week's WDWA. The show, the Evolution show that we host here every single Tuesday on the Wrestle Talk Podcast / Essential Enterprise Network. Okay, and listen, we didn't even talk WDWA, bro, because Berkeley Mania was just this past Saturday. Before we close, we get to our last topic, bro. Give me 2 minutes, two minutes.
Let's go.
Of Berkeley Mania recap. Go ahead, bro, because people want to hear about it. Go ahead, Joey.
Oh my gosh, Berkeley Mania was absolutely amazing. It started off with the Berkeley Mania Rumble, which Cake Boss ended up winning. He threw out a guy. Who was that guy that he threw out? I believe his name was Jason Curtis. He ended up throwing out Jason Curtis, and he won the Berkeley Mania Rumble. Then you had Ace Christian defending his championship in a triple threat match. He ended up winning his match, and Ty Awesome ended up turning heel, which nobody expected Ty Awesome to turn heel. I mean, you had the ladder match between Clay Jacobs and Shakir Shaw and the Misused, which that was one of the craziest matches that you could possibly think of. And all of the referees, me, Danica, and Billy, were on the ring holding up the ladder for Misused, and then we all pushed it over and sent them crashing through the outside. It was absolutely, the whole night was absolutely amazing. It was one of the biggest attended shows in WDWA history. It was great. It was amazing. It was awesome. DeMarcus Kane and DeMarcus Kane ended up winning the championship against AK Bane. That was one hell of a match. They went all around the arena, throwing each other into the stands. It was, the entire event was absolutely amazing. One of these days, you're gonna have to come to a Berkeley Mania. I don't care if I have to get you a plane ticket. I'll start a GoFundMe to get you a plane ticket.
Hey, who knows, bro? If we start planning it now, listen, bro, I know I'm not doing the show regularly. I don't know what the future holds, but regardless, bro, West Virginia has shown your boy, bro. I got so much love from West Virginia. This whole time that we've been doing the shows, bro, gotten so much love, man. I gotta give some of it back. And Gavin, it goes without saying, man, he's been such a gentleman, such a class act, going all the way back to the Covey Pro days, bro, going all the way back to the Rick Rose days, dog. Like, West Virginia has been giving Wrestle Talk Podcast love literally since effing day one, dude. And Joe and I, you guys may or may not know this, we got a lot of differences outside of the podcast, spiritually, politically, or whatever. But this is the power of friendship, and this is the power of wrestling. You look past all the bullshit, and you just love your brother, man. You love your brother because you share things in common that are unbreakable.
Yes.
Okay? That's the beauty of it, Joe. I'd love this someday, before, if the good Lord wills it, I would love to come out to West Virginia and check out a show. I would absolutely love that. Now, the audience has spoken, Nightmare. They want one more high spots topic. You still got it in you, or are you ready to go to bed?
Let's do it. Let's do it. One more high spots. Let's do it.
Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it. Let's cue up the randomizer as we close out episode 500 and Michael Jordan. 523, episode 523 of the Wrestle Talk Podcast. Let's go ahead and that randomizer and go with our final high spot of the evening.
Okay.
All right, Nightmare Jones, I will pose a question, and I will allow you to answer first, my friend. the final high spots question for this episode of the Wrestle Talk podcast is this. We haven't seen or heard from Brock Lesnar since his surprise appearance at SummerSlam. Did they waste the moment by failing to capitalize? Nightmare Jones, the floor is yours.
The answer that I believe is no, because of the fact, yes, we have not heard from Brock Lesnar, but if you remember the last time that Cody Rhodes was on TV, no, the last time that John Cena was on TV with Logan Paul, before he got knocked out, Adam Pearce, the general, Nick Aldis said, we heard from Brock Lesnar. They're going to set it up for WrestlePalooza. Think about it. You bring in AJ Lee to WrestlePalooza. You bring in Brock Lesnar to WrestlePalooza to wrestle John Cena. How is AEW going to be able to compete with that? What does AEW have that's going to be able to compete with AJ Lee returning and Brock Lesnar going up against John Cena at WrestlePalooza? I don't think that they have screwed up. I think that it's going to be, now that John Cena is finished with Logan Paul, now they're going to focus on John Cena against Brock Lesnar at WrestlePalooza. That's just my opinion. That's what I think is going to happen. What do you think, Night Owl?
Well, I'll tell you what, Joe, I actually agree with you on this one. I think if you would have brought Brock Lesnar back maybe 1 or 2 times after that appearance, it would have taken some of the magic away. And listen, whether you love or hate Brock Lesnar, they have timed some of these appearances perfectly. Yes. Who remembers the Hulk Hogan birthday celebration? Kevin Nash, DDP, who was there? My man with the microphone, Hulk Hogan's right hand, Jimmy Hart. Everybody was there, bro. The energy was crazy. Everybody was loving it. And then all of a sudden, what happens? Brock Lesnar shows up with Paul Heyman, bro, and it is still one of the most viral moments in WWE history. I still go back from time to time and watch that. So I am 100% with you, Nightmare. I believe that they have done Brock Lesnar justice. I think that they only have a certain amount of appearance dates for Brock Lesnar. I think this reality era has given us confirmation that these guys are signing up for a certain amount of dates, like what we're seeing with John Cena. By the way, only 9 dates left for John Cena. Incredible that we're almost at the end of his career. That didn't come up in the high spots. It is what it is. It's okay. But honestly, bro, I'm with you. I think they're doing great. Shows up at WrestlePalooza, their first big event on ESPN, which, again, we didn't talk about that either. No, absolutely massive. Which, by the way, certain NXT shows are still going to be on Peacock. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. But there's just so much going on in the World Pro Wrestling, which I feel like we only scratched the surface here tonight, Joe. I mean, quite honestly, between Brock Lesnar and all the stuff going in with the championships and all that, I mean, we're just getting started. So I will say this as we close out tonight's show. Incredible. Just incredible what's going on with wrestling. AJ Lee potentially coming back. Brock Lesnar coming back. We got the ESPN partnership and so on and so forth. WWE and AEW competing directly against each other on the same night. That's not something we've seen all that frequently here as of late. So between you and me, Joe, I really miss doing this, bro. My adrenaline has been through the roof the entire 2 hours of being doing the show here tonight, man. And honestly, bro, if I had to come back for a show, even if it's just a spot, I would have not rather do it with anybody that wasn't my original partner here on the show, the one and only, ladies and gentlemen, the founder of the Wrestle Talk podcast, my brother, Nightmare Jones. Let's make some noise for Nightmare Jones, y'all. Let's make some noise. Woo!
It's been a pleasure. I love being a part of it.
It's been our pleasure, bro.
More. You're going to see me as a regular. I'm going to be here regularly. So anytime you step in, you can step in. You're going to see me regularly.
Me? Oh, man. Well, listen, I'm excited for it, bro. I watch Wrestle Talk every single week, even though I haven't been able to host on a regular basis. It makes me extremely excited, Joe. So before we go, bro, let me go ahead and make my announcement, and then we'll say our goodbyes. You ready?
Yep, let's do it.
Okay, real quick, guys. Here is the announcement for the evening regarding our sponsorships. I want to make the formal announcement that the Wrestle Talk Podcast Tumblr is officially off the market, okay? Just like what we did with the Wrestle Talk Podcast mugs, okay? Once we hit a certain amount of sales, we discontinue the product, okay? It makes them exclusive and it makes them collectible. Everything that we've ever sold here is meant to last a lifetime. Unless you drop that mug on the floor, that mug is going to last you a lifetime because it is a bar quality mug, okay? Same thing with the Wrestle Talk Podcast tumbler. The tumbler is meant to last for life. It is engraved. We put your name on it. It's a beautiful piece, but it is no longer for sale. I don't care what you offer me. We are not going to be producing any more Wrestle Talk Podcast tumblers. We will, in the near future, announce our new merch line, and you guys can jump on that train before it's too late. So thank you to Little Popeye Designs for being our sponsor for 2 years. We had a great relationship. It was definitely our honor. We may work with you guys again in the near future, but as of tonight, the Wrestle Talk Podcast Tumblr is no longer available. I know there's a couple of people inquiring about it. I apologize. Timing is everything. You guys had 2 years to grab one. You hit the deadline, and it's a little bit too late, unfortunately. But we do want to thank those who did strike while the iron was hot, grab themselves a Wrestle Talk Podcast tumbler. And I know there's a handful of people out there that have both the glass and the tumbler. So thank you guys so much, all you members of the Wrestle Talk Podcast family, for that level of support. Our official sponsors as of today, you've seen it ticking across the bottom there. Let me go ahead and just give them their respect. Number one, my man DBD over at the Retro Zone at the Oak Park Mall. You saw him earlier on the show, our resident chaplain, Big Daddy P of Pay Your Dream Productions. Of course, the independent St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame who hosted us this past year. What an honor. Doomed Outfitters creating those beautiful championships that you guys saw earlier. WDWA, we just talked about Berkeley Mania, and last and certainly not least, the world's premier fantasy wrestling promotion. My man, the CEO, also joined us earlier today. The world fan for the current moment. If you were interested in becoming either a business or a fan sponsor, do not hesitate to reach out to myself, Luke Skywalker Roberts, or you can send us an email at WrestleTalkPodcast@gmail.com. Again, that's WrestleTalkPodcast@gmail.com. There's no donation too small. If you want to be a monthly member, $5 a month. If you want to donate $100 one time, we will accept that. Once we roll out the merch, if you want to help us by buying some of the merch, we will accept that. Or shit, even right now, if y'all want to hit that like button, if you haven't already, if you want to hit that share, and that's how you're able to support us right now, we will accept that as well. We love you guys. We appreciate it. Joe, let me get your final thoughts so we can close this thing out, man.
I'm upset. I'm upset because I didn't get a Wrestle Talk Podcast tumbler. Now it's too late.
Are you serious? Are you freaking serious?
I never got one. I got the mug, but I didn't get the
Got him! Got him!
Oh my gosh, Joe, I can't believe you let this happen. They were for 2 years, bro. Come on.
Now, I guess that the next time I go to WDWA, Nathaniel Jones is going to have to walk past John Haas's table and
take his cup. Take the cup.
Do a little swipey swipe, swipey no swipey.
Swipe.
I might
no swipe.
The tumbler might say Haas on it, but I'll still have a Wrestle Talk Podcast tumbler.
You know what, Joe? If you do that, we're gonna have to call you something. Dummy. We're gonna have to call you a dummy. Yeah.
Dummy. Yeah. Yeah. Dummy. Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to Eli Drake, man, Eastern Panhandle guy. Nightmare
It's
Jones,
been a
any
great
final
night.
thoughts before we really get out of here, bro? For
It's
real.
been
For
a
real. Hit
great
'em.
night. I have enjoyed being back, and you guys are going to see me on a regular basis. So get ready to see this face more often.
Joe, before you go, I got one last question for you, bro.
Yes.
Talk to us about the shirt, just real quick, real quick, bro. I love the shirt.
Sure.
I love the shirt.
To a wrestling show in Florida when I visited my in-laws, and it was a place called what was the name of it? Hold on a second, I can tell you.
Wait. I think it says it on the front. It says the Guard. What does it say, Joe?
The Guardian Legacy. Yes,
the Guardian Legacy.
The Guardian Legacy. They won in Panama City Beach, Florida, and it is not your typical wrestling show because it's a wrestling show, but it's also it's put on by it's more of a religious wrestling show. So they have they'll have matches, and then in the mission the preacher will come up and give a sermon, and it was actually pretty cool.
I dig that. So that's something Big Daddy P would really dig that, huh?
Big Daddy P would absolutely love the Guardian Legacy.
Bro, drop the link. Drop the link in the chat, bro. We'll send it to Big Daddy P so he can check it out, bro. I'm sure he'll love it.
It's Guardian Legacy. It's great. It's a great promotion. I had a great time. Everybody was like super duper nice, and yeah, the Guardian Legacy. And the shirt says, "That was 3, ref." I had to have this shirt.
Bro, that fits you so well, bro. And I don't know what it is, bro. The green really looks good on you, man. I really like the green. And then I gotta give you a compliment because you know me, bro. I'm very, very anal about certain things, bro. Your freaking background, your energy throughout today's show, Joe. This kind of shit really makes me miss doing this, bro. So thank you for tonight. Thank you for your dedication to the FWWC. Thank you for bringing me on with you and Rick so many years ago, bro. I'm indebted to you, bro. You are my brother. You know, I let very few people ever stay at my house, bro. I'm very, very protective about that sort of thing, bro. You're one of the people that I would, always want to open up my door to if I had the ability to do so. Thank you for being a great co-host, a partner, and a friend, Joe. Love you, bro.
No problem, man. Love you too, man. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun tonight, so get ready to see me more often.
That's right. That man's going to keep talking to shit, everybody. So as far as I go, guys, the last thing I'm going to say here tonight is this show has changed my life. From the friendships I've been able to make to the business partnerships, the personal development through some of the struggles and the challenges that I've had. And trying to keep this show alive. As you guys probably know, there was a moment there right around or before episode 500 that we were thinking about shutting the doors. Every one of the hosts, every one of the fans stepped up. The guys that have been guests on the show were like, "What you mean, bro? Like, what you mean you got to get rid of the show? Why, bro? It's only once a week." And, I felt like it was a God-given thing to keep the show going, even if I couldn't host on a regular basis. I said it at the beginning. I'll say it again. Thank you to everybody. Gabe Arsene, Jeremy Karp, Hardcore Hoss, Luke Skywalker Roberts, Sonny Money, Joe Lance, and Susie Haas. Every person that has participated, even just a little bit in the show moving forward, my heart, it bleeds for you, man. Because this is something that I was invited to be a part of. Then it became my very own baby. And now to be able to share it with so many other people, including the members of the Wrestle Talk podcast family, it means the world to me. And last but not least, I know they'll probably never watch this, but thank you to my family, my son, my daughters, my wife, the dog Kiki. I love them all so dearly. Because of them, I'm able to, like I said earlier, not confiscate part of my son's room to do this, but now got a full-blown customized office to do whatever, whether it's Night Owl reviews, Wrestle Talk, Essential Conversations, anything is possible, man, with God's grace and hard work. So we love you guys. Thank you for being here for episode 523 of the Wrestle Talk podcast, baby. I am the Night Owl. He is Nightmare Jones. And we will catch you guys in 2 weeks right here on the Wrestle Talk Podcast. And next week, Wrestle Talk Podcast and WDWA present Evolution. We love you guys. Have a great night. Peace.
Peace.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.